Number 119 from the Imprint range, and from 1968 comes the Kirk Douglas starring The Brotherhood, directed by Martin Ritt, who did Hood, Hombre, or most notably The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. All great movies. This Mafia movie suffers a little bit, and this is a strange sentiment now, but looking back at it in so many years, it suffers a little bit of being both a precursor to The Godfather, very similar to that, but nowhere near as impactful. And we kind of follow two brothers in this one. We've got Kirk Douglas and we've got Alex Court, who are Frank and Vince. Vince comes back from the army, wants to get into the city family business, so to speak. Frank is already well established. He's one of the main guys there, one of the dons. And he brings his brother in with open arms. They start to work together. They have that loyalty, trust, the brotherhood, and then things start to diverge from there.
Thinks I handle myself. A dead bird right in the mouth.
We have the rest of the mafioso wanting to go in a certain route. Frank is kind of steadfast in the way that they should continue their business in the old guard, the old fashioned, the way they should do things. Vince wants to go with the new people and continue in that fashion, and Frank is just steadfast against that.
Yeah, I want to discuss. I say we grab in plenty of federal trouble we do this.
And that's kind of the crux of the movie. We get to see through various flashbacks and what has transpired between these two brothers, what has happened with the Mafia family side of things. But one of the main things about it is it's just not that interesting. You do get some fun performances. Kirk Douglas seems to be larger than life, loving what he's doing, but it's a movie that almost falls flat come the end of it, with a rather sucker punch of an ending, which a lot of these mafia movies do tend to have. But the main problem I have with it is you don't feel the scale or the scope of the family. We are confined to a few members. It's a movie that's run at 96 minutes, and it doesn't have that chance to show a real connectivity and larger web of what the mafia has to do. And I understand it's trying to focus on a couple of characters, but even then, it doesn't give you enough of a build-up. It doesn't give you enough of an insight to the characters that when they do diverge, you feel as if there's been a real tear.
You warn me?
I'm warning you, Frank. You go with the new operations or you're out.
In fact, it almost feels like just a little argument that they have. And then in the next scene, you kind of get an idea that they've been separated for a number of months, but there's no time span there. You don't feel as if there has been months other than what they're saying. You just feel as if it's just moved from one scene straight into the next. The characters are exactly where they were in the previous scene. And it's a kind of problem I had with this movie, where yes, I was kind of interested how it was going to play out. Yes, I liked the performances that we have, particularly Douglas, who I thought was pretty great, and I enjoy some of the aspects of it, with Douglas's character being somewhat held accountable by the old guard of dons and trying to usher in or control the manoeuvres of the new dons at the same time.
Don Francesco, now is a thing only you can do. We all finish. There's nothing no more.
And his inability to see the self-destructive nature of his choices that is ultimately going to destroy him and possibly his family if he doesn't get hold of them sooner rather than later. The Brotherhood was fine. It was an interesting movie. There's not a great sense of direction or wonder. There is some nice cinematography here, some wonderful ideas, some small moments of brutality which we get to see, but ultimately it feels like an almost toothless movie. It doesn't have much bite to it. There's nothing to really grab me or make me want to come back and revisit it anytime soon. Fine, forgettable, probably the best way to describe the Brotherhood. I wished for more, but never quite got there. Still, kind of glad I've seen it. Another one of those Godfather-esque movies that set the footing for such a classic, but never quite attained that itself. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Brotherhood. As always, there is more content up here. If you want to see more of my stuff, click the like button below this video, because it does all kinds of wonderful things. And in the description box, there is a link to my Patreon or membership program if you want to really help support this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.